Hey folks, it's Bob out here at Sorrento Hill. Thanks for stopping by. Today I'm showing you something different and new, bottle logs. This is something that's been popular in the cordwood community for a long time. You can see the light kind of shining through as I move around. The sunlight coming through those. The blue doesn't light up as much, but it's still pretty. It's pretty thick, pretty heavy. So all these are is and I'll show you the process in a little bit here. Um, is just a wine bottle on the inside and a clear jar on the outside, joined together with some aluminum flashing and duct tape. Now, one of the things I did in these is I went a little high tech. This is kind of a new thing in the cordwood community: Christmas lights. With the advent of LED lights, now what you can do is, believe it or not, in each of these bottle logs, I've got three LED Christmas lights stuffed in there. So when I plug this in, they're illuminated even at night when the sun's not out. So it's a pretty neat effect. You couldn't do this back in the days when all you had was incandescent Christmas lights, because incandescent bulbs build up a lot of heat, and if you've got them enclosed in something like a wall, there's no way to dissipate that heat, and that could be a problem. The other thing is the amount of current that they draw, and the third thing is they don't last that long. And once you've got these in this log, they're there. There's no pulling it out and replacing a bulb or anything like that, unless you can figure out how to drill a hole through the bottle and pull it out and replace one. But so once they're in, and that's why I've got three bulbs in each of these. So I'd have to have the whole string fail, or have three lights in a row fail, in order to lose the light in one of these. And these should last, you know, no more than we'll use them 10 to 15 years, so they say. So we'll see how that works. But at any rate, at least for that time, I've got illuminated bottled lights. And again, this is something that we use just to decorate it. You know, it's funny. I had a friend comment on Facebook. She and her husband just bought a new house, and she's talking about how, you know, with all those blank drywall walls, you spend a small fortune on artwork to liven a place up and make it look pretty. And she said, you know, you're not even going to have to do that, because you've got your whole wall is artwork. Yeah, that's a pretty neat way to look at it. It is, and it'd almost be a shame to put something on here to cover it up. So, all right, let's get to showing you how these bottle logs go together. It's a quick and easy process. All right, so here I've got my jig. This is just a 16-inch piece of wood. Little stops on the end of it, made it out of scraps. And I start off with my tape measure and this roll of flashing. This is just aluminum window flashing. Pardon me. And I'll make this a mark here and then cut about 12 inches. Just cut it with a pair of snips. And you need to be careful when you're dealing with this stuff, because it is sharp and will cut you. Ideally, you should wear gloves, but I hate wearing gloves, so I just try to be careful and live dangerously. And you see, it naturally wants to roll. And then I think I'll do the red one first. Take a wine bottle and this, and I'll pull out my trusty knife. Yeah, glad I have it. And just some duct tape. I guess I'm not a purist because I'm using Gorilla brand duct tape. And make me half a dozen short pieces of tape. And these are just to hold it together. And then I'll do a quick wrap all the way around it. I think it takes longer to cut the tape than it does to roll the bottle. Hey Deb, you ought to watch your process here. Come on, watch your process. I think you'll be amazed. Okay. And all I do then is get kind of centered along and just start rolling. See, just start rolling. And the beauty of it is, if one jar is not as big as the other, the flashing has enough flexibility, it curves. And then before I get around to where the end flop of it wants to come out, I just put a piece of tape and make sure that the ends are out where they need to be. And this keeps it, make sure that they're all the right length. And just bring it around like this. This end wants to flop up. So I just tape that down. And again, this tape you'll never see because the mortar actually comes out right to the edge of the jars. So you'll never see that tape. And then I'll put one here. And one here. And then I'll cut me 3 longer pieces, and that way it'll go all the way around it. One on each end, one in the middle. Just good old duct tape. You see how when you were saying you'd want more, I thought, you were like, man, that's going to take forever. But you see how little time it actually takes. And this is me talking to show other people how to do it. Okay, here. Well, I didn't get that one straight, but that's all right. All right, and then I'll change out my drill bit. Got my drill bit on the ground. Now what I do is to put the lights in. Put the lights in, what I do is I just feel, I've got this jar on this end. Here's where it's soft. And because that's where the bottle has ended, that bottle has ended, and the wine bottle next down. And then I'll just drill right where the tape is. That helps protect it. Okay. And then the bulbs, this would fit in this hole. The problem is they've got a little tab on them to allow you to change the bulb out. So I just remove a little bit, just a little bigger with my snips, and turn the ends. Kind of try to turn the edges over so they aren't out there to catch the wire. And then when I put my wires in here, now you might say, why don't you use a bigger drill bit? Well, I don't use a bigger drill bit because I don't have one. So that's why I do it that way. And it's aluminum, it cuts real easy. All right, so now I've got that ready, and I can actually shove 3 bulbs down inside there. And then I'll put a little piece of tape where the wires go through here to protect them from any sharp edges. And then I'll take another piece of tape and put over that to hold the wire in. Now, the first ones that I did, what I did was I wired them all up, but then I had to handle 5 of them up there. And what I'll do with this is I'll just make each one, I'll drill the holes, and as I put it in place, I'll have to stuff the bulbs down in there and put the tape over it, but that's no biggie. That's a bottle log ready to go in the wall. What do you think of that red color? Isn't it pretty? All right, that's all there is to it. And they look beautiful. All right, so it's a couple days later. I've got this wall finished up to the top there. You can see some lights up above. And now what I did, it's daylight, but just to show you how they look, I've got the little lights on inside of them. And when I unplug that, you can see the difference, because the sun's not shining right in on them right now. But you still pick up quite a bit of light, and they look pretty cool. And you see, it didn't take that long to make those bottle logs, but it's artwork in your wall. You start out with one of these walls with the house with the drywall, and it's all blank, one color, and you got to put something on it to make it look unique and to look pretty. And here, I've got one log that's split in half and exploded. I've got the bottles and some interesting logs in here, and it just looks pretty cool. So I've got to finish up just a little bit on the outside to get it all the way up to the corner, and then I'll be starting my next wall section, which will be right here in front of where the scaffold is. And that one is going to be pretty neat because I've got this log. I've had it for some time now, and I cut it into quarters. And what I'm going to do is this will be exploded out, expanded out. Sorry about that. This will be expanded out like this. All right, you see it expanded out, and there'll be a bottle in the center and then bottles in the corner, and those will be lit up as well. So that'll be pretty cool. I've held on to this thing for probably 2.5, 3 months, waiting for just the right opportunity to use it. And that'll be going in the next section wall that I do. And again, that'll be up high because I'm going to be building an L-shaped couch to go in this corner, and with storage underneath. And I've got the plans all made up and the design all done. And it's going to go past the column. It'll go past this column out about halfway to the window. So it wouldn't make any sense to put bottles down low where they're going to be covered by the couch. That's why they're only high here. And I didn't put any in these other walls. I didn't think about the fact I could light them up, but I didn't put any in the other walls because the sun never really hits them. They wouldn't pick up the lights. So, and the further I get along, the more sun that wall hits. But I'm going to go ahead and put lights in them too, because it's kind of neat. You turn it on, and at night they produce a real neat glow, and they look really pretty. So, all right, well, that's it. As you can see, I got my flannel shirt on. It's last week this time the temperature was 95, 97 degrees. Today the high is going to be like 77, 78. And starting out this morning, it's a little cool, so I had to drag out the flannel shirt. It's pretty wild. All right. Hope you enjoyed the bottle walls. Like I said, bottle logs. I'll be putting more of those in walls, in future walls. It's kind of neat. We've got Now 3/4 of the living room finished, and with this wall, I'm officially at the halfway point, just past the halfway point on building walls around the house. So I'm on that push to get walls built, so that we can get this thing dried in and then start working on the inside of it. Get in here this winter. Um, you notice like right here, there's no logs, and then across the top, I haven't put the logs to cover the header. And that's because what I'm trying to do is concentrate on getting my exterior walls done. Once I've got those all done, I put the windows in, get this thing dried in, and then all this around the top to cover this header, I can do once I got my outside walls done, because I've got a little propane heater I can put in here and keep it warm enough in here that it won't matter how cold it is outside. I can keep it above freezing in here so that those will work, and that way I can continue to work inside. But I need my outside walls done, so that's where my focus is. And speaking of focus, I'm going to get off of here and focus on building wall. All right, thanks for stopping by and joining us. Again, this is Bob out at Serenity Hill. We really appreciate that you taking your time to check out our little videos, and like and subscribe. Stay tuned for the next one. I'll hit you when we get this next wall in progress and show you that exploded log and the bottles that are going around it. I think it's going to be really pretty. And then the wall after that, I'll show you the process of. Let's see, the next wall will be the one with the door, the front door in it, and I'll show you the process of getting those timbers on the outside up and getting those bottle logs put in. That wall will be pretty quick to do, but I've got a little special design in mind for above the door that involves bottle logs, and that's going to be really pretty too. All right. Thanks for stopping by. I'm going to get to work. We'll see you on the next one.